Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanang Namaskritam Naranchaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jayo Mudirayen. Nasta prayesho yavadresho nitam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhakti bhavati noistike. Hare Krishna. Today the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the chapter 10 and text 2. Name vidu shuraganam prabhavam nam harshaya aham adirhi devanam maharshanam jagat sarvasam. Name vidu shuraganam prabhavam nam harshaya aham adirhi devanam maharshanam jagat sarvasam. Name vidu shuraganam Prabhavanganam Maharshayam Aham Adihi Devanang Maharshinang Ishtav Sarvasham. Is anybody who would chant?
Haribol Prabhuji, I'll try.
Okay, Mataji, you can do that.
Name vidu suraguna gana prabhavam na maharsaya aham adirhi devanam maharishanam cha sarvasa.
Very nice pronunciation, Mataji, Sanskrit pronunciation.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I'm just trying. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you for encouraging, Haribol.
Is anybody?
Name vidu suragana prabhavam na maharshaya aham adirhi devana maharshinam cha sarvashah. Name vidu suragana prabhavam na maharshaya aham adirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashah. Name vidu suragana prabhavam na maharshaya aham adirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashah.
Excellent, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam. Very nice. Very nice. Is anybody else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please.
Name vidu suraganaha prabhavam na maharshayah aham adirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashah. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Excellent. Is anybody else? Okay. If not, so then we can proceed on. First, take a synonyms. Synonyms means what by what meaning. What actually Krishna mentioned to Arjuna. That what by what meaning. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada written so nicely each and every syllables what he put the meaning. So that is the synonyms. No, never, me, my, vidhu, no, Shuragana, the demigods. If you want to come, Mataji or Prabhuji, you can tell after me also. Prabhavam, origin, opulences. No, never. Mahashaya, great sages. Aham, I am. Adi, the origin. He, certainly. Devanam, that of the demigods. Maharishinam, of the great sages. Cha, also. Sarvasya, in all respects. Translation and purport written by Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Neither the host of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulences. For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and sages. Purport. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. No one is greater than him. He is the cause of all causes. Here it is also stated by the Lord personally that he is the cause of all the demigods and sages. Even the demigods and great sages cannot understand Krishna. They can understand neither his name nor his personality. So, what is the position of the so-called scholars of this tiny planet? No one can understand why this Supreme God comes to earth as an ordinary human being and executes such wonderful, uncommon activities. One should know then that scholarship is not the qualification necessary to understand Krishna. Even the demigods and the great sages have tried to understand Krishna by their mental speculation, and they have failed to do so. In Srimad Bhagavatam, also it is clearly said that even the great demigods are not able to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They can speculate to the limits of their imperfect senses and can reach the opposite conclusion of impersonalism of something not manifested by the three qualities of material nature. Or they can imagine something by mental speculation. But it is not possible to understand Krishna by such foolish speculation. Here, the Lord indirectly says that if anyone wants to know the absolute truth, here I am present as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am the Supreme. One should know this. Although I cannot understand the inconceivable Lord who is personally present, he nonetheless exists. We can actually understand Krishna, who is eternal, full of bliss and knowledge, simply by studying his words in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The conception of God as some ruling power or as the impersonal Brahman can be reached by persons who are in the inferior energy of the Lord. But the personality of Godhead cannot be conceived unless one is in transcendental position. Because most men cannot understand Krishna in his actual situation. Out of his causeless mercy, he descends to show favor to such speculators. Yet, despite these Supreme Lord's uncommon activities, these speculators, due to contamination in the material energy, still think that the impersonal Brahman is the supreme. Only the devotees who are fully surrendered unto the Supreme Lord can understand by the grace of the Supreme Personality that he is Krishna. The devotees of the Lord do not bother about the impersonal Brahman conception of God. Their faith and devotion bring them to surrender immediately unto the Supreme Lord. and out of the causeless mercy of Krishna, they can understand Krishna. No one else can understand him. So even great sages agrees. What is Atma? What is the Supreme? It is He whom we have to worship. Om Gyanam Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jayana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namam Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jayana Bhutale Swayanga Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Bandehang Sri Guru Sri Juta Pada Kamalam Sri Guru Vishnu Vaishya Sri Rupang Shakra Jatang Shahagana Raghunatanitam Tang Shajivam Shadvaitang Shabadutang Parijana Shaitang Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Shahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanitamishtam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dena Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanto Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Shute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyashcha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanang Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namo Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Siva Shadi Gora Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All devotees, please accept my humble obeisances on all of your lotus feet. Please bless me and please forgive me if I do anything wrong, if I say anything wrong. Hare Krishna. This text is, there are two things it is mentioned. That is what nobody understand me, means Krishna, either demigod or the sages. Number one. And number two, how the pure devotees can understand me. Mainly these 2 points in here, we need to discuss a little differ. So before we discuss, just to a little bit recap. In the previous chapter, Lord Krishna concluded with the instruction to fix mind upon him. That is in previous chapter, 9th chapter, 34 verse, it was written in there. So what is the verse? Manmana bhavamat bhakto mat jajimang namaskuru. That was, everybody knows that this text, it is it was explained last Friday that Madhupati Prabhuji explained it so nicely, right? So now the second thought, second point is that and in this chapter, Krishna described his opulences on which a devotee can fix his mind. So to fix mind on Lord Krishna's lotus feet is very difficult. It's not so easy. And by thinking, no. By speculation, no. So how it can be fixed? That was in this chapter. It was explained Krishna to Arjuna. So his opulences on which a devotee can fix his mind and remember him whenever he sees anything opulent, powerful, and beautiful in this world. So here one point needs to be discussed. That is, what is the definition of Lord Krishna? That definition, Parashara Muni given that definition actually. What is the definition? Oshujyasya samagrasya vijyasya jasasya jnana varagyasya sarange yatingana. The person who possesses 6 full opulences, he is a Krishna. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So who possesses? Lord Krishna, he possesses these 6 opulences. So I think it was, everybody knows that what are the 6 opulences. So that means that Oshajasya means that full of wealth, Samagrasya Vijyasya, full of strength, Josh, full of Josh. Then Oshajasya Samagrasya Vijyasya Jashash Sri Sriya. That means a Sri, beautiful, is very beautiful. Jnana, full of knowledge. So then Vairagya, full of renunciation. He has all the full. Some demigod has a little something, not full. So for that reason, he is the Krishna himself, right? Who Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in chapter 7 and 9, Krishna explained how his different energies are working. So that is first in this, that is the opulent, then the energies. So we know that a Supreme Personality of Godhead has 3 kinds of energies, right? External energy, internal energy, and marginal energy. We know that. That is. Now, in this chapter, he will explain, Lord will explain his specific manifestations and opulences, means vibhutis, knowing which one understands that the Lord is worthy of worship. So in this chapter it is an opulent chapter, so he will explain, that is his manifestation as well as his opulent. So Krishna's manifestation, just I am giving a little recap. That is that first Krishna expand Balaram, then Balaram expand the first Chaturbhuha, Vasudev, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Then Shankarshan expand Narayan. From Narayan, second quadruple expand Vasudev, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Then from that second quadruple Shankarshana, then Mahavishnu came. From Mahavishnu to Karanadakshayi, Garbhadakshayi Vishnu, Garbhadakshayi Vishnu to Shiradakshayi Vishnu. This is the, this is called Angsha Prakash, Lord Angsha Prakash. And from them, all of them, what are the expansion? those are the Vibhava Prakash. So God has two types of expansion mainly. That is the Angsha Prakash and other is the Vibhava Prakash. So I'm not going too much on that. The Vibhava Prakash and what are these are everybody's are manifested, Lord expanded, created the only for the creation. This creation, this material creation, for that reason, he expanded these all of the Angsha and Vibhinnangsha. He expanded them. So now, knowing that Krishna is unknowable and the source of all. That is in the first verse of this chapter. It was again Krishna mentioned that that is, O Aunt Arjuna, Mahabahu, because you are my dear friend filled with love, Priya Manana, for your benefit, hitokamya, that is, that means your benefit, I shall give you supreme knowledge, paramam vacha, greater than what I spoke earlier. Please listen. So that Krishna, in this chapter, Krishna will explain to Arjuna his previous manifestation and all of his opulences in this chapter. And in this today's text, number 2, this is no one knows the mysterious origin of everything. Understand? No one knows Krishna, the mysterious origin of everything. How it can be possible? Krishna is just like a bigger than the ocean. To understand Krishna is not so easy thing. So for that reason, this text, it was mentioning that no me vidu shurogana, neither the host of demigods nor the great sages. No me vidu shurogana. So that means that either demigods or sages. Then prabhavam no maharshaya means that no my extraordinary origin or opulences. That means no demigod, no sages know what is the origin of Krishna and his opulences. Then Krishna mentioned that aham adir hi devanam, for in every respect I am the source of the demigods and sages. Maharshinam cha sarvasha. Maharshinam cha sarvasha. I am the creator of the demigods and sages. So one cannot understand Krishna by educationally, by scholarly, and by speculation. So one can understand Krishna in his actual situation only by the unprecedented mercy of Krishna and his devotees, and from the bona fide books like Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. That means that Sadhu, Shastra, and Guru. Through them, we can understand Lord. It can be understand Lord Krishna. So to understand Lord Krishna, big a scholar and the Brahmavadis, they say speculators, that nobody can understand him without any mercy of these three personalities, three types of personalities. Otherwise, it is not possible. So, in this regards, Srila Prabhupada written in Bengali, it is called Srila Prabhupada Song. This text, it was written, I will explain you. First, I am telling what Srila Prabhupada written. That is, Amar Prabhav Jai Keho Nahi Jane, Shuragana Rishigana Koto Jane Jane. That means that Amar Prabhav means Lord Krishna. He was telling that that means nobody will understand me. Even demigods and sages cannot understand me also. Amar Prabhav Jai Keho Nahi Jane, Shuragana Rishigana. Shuragana means Devtas and Rishigana Koto Jane Jane. Then Prabhupada written that Shokoler Adiyami Dev Rishi Joto Bhaviya Chintiya Tara Ki Bujibe Koto. I am the origin. I am nobody before me. Then I am the Adi. And all rishis and devtas I created. Shokoler Adiyami Devo means devta, Rishi Joto means sages, Bhaviya Chintiya Tara Ki Bujibe Koto. So this is the text that Sanskrit text translated, Srila Prabhupada written. He wrote it down, translation and purport. Again, he wrote it down this sloka in Bengali. That I just again explained to you. So now we can come into these are the introduction. Now we can come into our discussion. So that discussion is that for one who always remember me without deviation, I am easy to obtain. So who can obtain? Always remembers me. Then because of his constant engagement in devotional service. As for example, Ambarish Maharaj. What Ambarish Maharaj used to do that? Ambarish Maharaj, he used to, all of his limbs of his body, he used to get in the service of Lord Krishna. So one example I am giving for Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish, he is a Maharaj, he is a king, he was a king. So he has got a lot of wives. So one day, one girl's, her father is also a king, and she is so beautiful. She was attracted by hearing Ambarish Maharaj's qualities. Then she told to her father that my father, directly she was telling her father, I want to marry Ambarish Maharaj. Then father proposed to Ambarish Maharaj that the Ambarish Maharaj mentioned that I have a lot of queens. They have their own palace. So why do I need any more queen? Then her father requested that my daughter, told me that to tell you that she likes you very much. Then Ambarish Maharaj agreed on that. So then how Ambarish Maharaj married? Ambarish Maharaj married. Ambarish Maharaj has a one sword. Then give to the that girl. Then all the ritualistic activities and everything you can do on behalf of me with the sword, then you can marry me. Then she did everything, her father did everything, and she married that sword of Ambarish Maharaj. Then Ambarish Maharaj told to his subordinate that can you arrange, give her palace and all the requirement of what she needs, you can provide. So then everybody, and then she is well situated. So what Ambarish Maharaj used to do, he used to go to temple every day, early in the morning, 4:30, and he could do the deity Shava and deity Shringar and all the things that is regularly every day he used to do that. So that girl, lady, she was thinking that I am the part and parcel of Ambarish Maharaj. Means that I must have to serve Ambarish Maharaj. How can I serve? Then she was thinking that how can she serve Ambarish Maharaj? So she woke up 3 o'clock in the morning. Then she went to the temple and what she did, all the things made ready. The floor was swept, and all arati paraphernalia ready, all bogas already done. Then just when Ambarish Maharaj will come, then he just will do the arati. Then Ambarish Maharaj, when came at 4:30, he saw it and he became astonished. Who did it? He could not find it out. First day, second day also same thing. Third day also same thing. On fourth day, Ambarish Maharaj was thinking that, no, I will come 3 o'clock. Without any taking shower and everything, he came very early in the morning and he saw his youngest queen. She was sweeping and she is doing this job. Then Ambarish Maharaj asking her, you are taking my service. Why are you doing these things? Then she was replying that I am your half part of you. I am an Ardhangini of you. For that reason, I have a right to help you. For that reason, I am helping you. Then Ambarish Maharaj told that, yes, okay. Then can I tell you one thing? Yes, Prabhu, please tell me. You are interrupting my deity's service. That means Ambarish Maharaj is so attached with the deities, then he doesn't want anybody do any seva to that deities. Then Ambarish Maharaj tells that you can get Radha Krishna at your palace and you do whatever you do the service. So then Queen told that, yes, I will do that. Then she went back in her palace and she collected Radha Krishna, and she is every day and night she was doing that service to Radha Krishna. How? She woke up very early in the morning, Mangal Arati, Boga, Mangal Boga, and everything she is doing. Then she sing so melodiously she was so absorbed and melodiously singing to Lord Krishna. Then Ambarish Maharaj heard her songs. Then Ambarish Maharaj thought that she is not an ordinary soul. I must have to go to listen her songs. Then Ambarish Maharaj went there, and every day he used to go there, and he was listening Lord Krishna's songs, and he was attached with Lord Krishna also. Both of them attached to the Lord Krishna. So you see, that's the way we must have to surrender unto Lord Krishna. And always, 24 hours, we have to remember Lord Krishna. Shayane Shapane, Nidra Jagarane. We must have to understand, remember Lord Krishna. Then we can see that Lord Krishna. But so that is one example, just I gave to you. So, and in that case, who is the Ambarish Maharaj and the queen? What they are? They are the engaged. They engaged unpinchable bhakti. That is anya avilashita shunyam jnana karma the anarbitam anukullena krishnanu shilanam bhakti ruchyate. Their mind not here, there, not here, there. That is, their mind is towards Lord Krishna's lotus feet, not other way. That is. So that is called the unalloyed devotional service. For that reason, they can see the Lord and they can serve the Lord, and the service, through the service, Lord accepted their service. For that reason, Lord give her, showed her and him also. So, in this case, you see, this is the Ambarish Maharaj was a very, very pure devotee. And both of their service to Lord, it is called the Bhakti Yoga. So there are actually different kinds of devotees that we saw it in the 7th chapter. That is, it was mentioned that, you remember maybe, Chaturvida bhajante man jana shukritino arjuna artha jigyashuratarthi gyani cha bharatashava. So what type of devotee? There are 4 kinds of devotee. One is they are distressed, one is inquisitive, and one who seek material gain, and the 4th one is the speculative philosophers. So these are the 4 types of devotees. They are serving the Lord, but not with this, nobody can get it, nobody can see the Lord. Only the anya avilashita shunyam, that unallowed devotional service, those who performed, they can see it. That so how can we attain that anya avilashita shunyam, unallowed devotional service? How can we? That is, in this text also it was mentioned that that is how to control the mind. How to control the mind. So I only control the mind, the only way, that is 24 hours serve to Lord Krishna. So if one is, there are so many types of people around us. That is, namang dushkritino muda prapaddanti naradama mayaya aparita jnana ashuram babumasrita. That means namang dushkritino, miscreants. Dushkritino, miscreants. Muda, foolish. Prabhupada naradama, lowest of mankind. Mayaya aparita jnana, knowledge stolen by the Maya. Their knowledge, Maya Shakti, stolen the Maya. And Ashuri, There's a demoniac nature. There are a lot of. So we should be very careful not to be like that. That Srila Prabhupada mentioned in that. Another point is that here, after get it, then there are actually 4 kinds of liberation. Three process of liberation to how to liberate. So that is we studied 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, and 6th chapter. That is Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Hatha Yoga, means Ashtanga Yoga. Can we get Krishna through this process? No, we cannot get it. Even Chaitanya Charitamrita mentioned that there are 5 types of mukti. What are the 5 types of mukti? Shajujya mukti, Shalukya mukti, Shamukya mukti, and Sharukya mukti, and Shasti. There are 5 types of mukti. This devotee wants that? No, devotee do not care about that kind of mukti. Devotee only wants that, how can I serve the Lord? There is just noise. Please mute. Either Prabhuji or Mataji, please mute it. That is, yeah. So, thank you. So, this is this type of mukti devotee doesn't want. The pure devotee doesn't want that. Pure devotee wants only how to satisfy Lord Krishna, his lotus feet by serving. That is the pure yoga system. So pure devotee doesn't desire any promotion. Promotion means Sajujya Mukti, Sharapya Mukti, Shasti Mukti. No, they do not want. So one day, one example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was always in a static mode and always praying that Lord Krishna. So one day in Advaita Acharya's house, so he was crying for Lord Krishna. Not Advaita, some place, actually, I don't know, some place, I forgot. He was looking for Krishna. Then with him, Advaita Acharya was there. So Advaita Acharya consolate him that, Prabhu, wherever you are, that is the Vrindavan. So why are you looking for, crying for the Vrindavan and Krishna? Wherever you go there, that is Krishna. You are yourself is a Krishna, and the place where you are, that is a Vrindavan. Why are you thinking for the Vrindavan? So that is the Advaita Acharya just remembering Lord Krishna. So the pure bhakti is the main thing. The Dega bhakti is very simple and pure and easy to perform. But be careful, we are our mind should not go here, there. That how can I control our mind? By the Savanadi Shuddha Chitte Kara Heuday. That means through the Savan, hearing, and that sound vibration comes into the heart. Then Savanadi Shuddha Chitte, then Kara Heuday. Then we can awake our Lord Krishna. We can see the Krishna. So this is the process actually Srila Prabhupada given to us. So and when we will be a pure devotee, then there will be a relation between the Krishna and the pure devotee. There are 5 types of relations. That is, one is called Shantarash, another neutrality, other is Dasyarash, means that servitorship, and other is Shukrash, friendship, then Vatsalyarash means that parental, and Madhurjarash means that is the Madhurjarash. So there are 5 types of relation in that stage when we will be a pure devotee or pure devotee, they are talking with Krishna, serving with Krishna. These 5 ways, that is the Krishna. So here, that is Kunti Devi was the, just giving one example, Kunti Devi, she is like a great devotee of Lord Krishna, though he is an aunt of Lord Krishna. So she was praying to Lord Krishna, that is, Namo Pankaja Namaya, Namo Pankaja Malini, Namo Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajagni. So that is that. Namo Pankaja Navaya. First, she was looking to Lord Krishna on her belly, Navaya. Then Namo Pankaja Malini, Namo Netraya, then Pankajagnaye. So she was praying to Lord Uttaka praying Lord Krishna, like that. And in Gita Mahatma also it was mentioned that Ekang Shastrang Devaki Putra Gitam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Yevam, Eko Mantrastusya Namani Jani, Karma Pe Kangatusya Devosya Sheva, Ekang Devaki Putra. There is only we need to serve Devaki Putra. That means that who is Devaki Putra? Lord Krishna is the Devaki Putra. So in conclusion, it is about to 8 o'clock. So the conclusion from this discussion, I'm concluding in here that is the pure devotee is always constantly engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Supreme Lord and cannot forget the Supreme Lord. So for him, the Lord is easily attained. So a pure devotee cannot forget the Supreme Lord for a moment, as for example, Ambarish Maharaj. Similarly, the Supreme Lord cannot forget also his pure devotee for a moment. Srila Prabhupada written, devotee cannot forget, pure devotee cannot forget for a moment Krishna. Krishna will not forget a pure devotee for a moment also. So this is the great blessings of the Krishna consciousness process by chanting Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, is there any question or a discussion?
When is Nityananda Trayodasi, Prabhu?
Nityananda Trayodasi next Monday, so far I know.
When is Advaita Acharya appearance day?
Advaita Acharya's appearance is already gone last Monday.
Oh, sorry, Prabhu, I'm a little confused.
How are you, Prabhu?
Good, Prabhu. Good. I'm going to speak about Bhagavad Gita and his Guru Maharaj Bhaktisiddhanta Swamiji in a courtroom in maybe half a day tomorrow.
That's very good. Excellent. Yeah. Excellent, Prabhu. Yeah, it is excellent. Yeah. So anybody has any more questions or anything else? Discussion?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. Prabhuji, it was a wonderful class. You gave nice references from Bhagavatam about Amrish Maharaj and how we should consistently engage ourselves in the devotional service to Krishna. Wonderful class, Prabhuji. I actually had a question, but not related to this verse. Some like general question. Can I ask that, Prabhuji?
Oh, sure. We can discuss. This is the discussion floor, Mataji. You can answer. We can discuss.
Yeah, Prabhuji. So I was thinking that like Aman, we have, this is the material world, and then beyond this material world we have this spiritual sky, right? Spiritual kingdom.
Correct.
And there are some spiritual planets in that. So my question is that once we like is it true that if a person like goes into any of those spiritual planets, I mean the topmost is Golok Vrindavan. So but if a person like enters into in this spiritual sky into any of those spiritual planets, will he return back to the material world, or I mean, is it just like Golok Dham that he's never going to return back to the material world? Just wanted to clear my concept.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Very good question, actually. First of all, those who are karmic, jnani, and ashtanga yogi, they can go to the Brahmaloka, right? Those who are actually Brahmavadi also, they can go to the Vaikuntha. One example, then Dhruva Maharaj, then Kashukadev Goswami, then they are in the Vaikuntha, not in the Golok Vrindavan. Golok Vrindavan is the highest part. So who can go to the Golok Vrindavan? Golok Vrindavan, to go to Golok Vrindavan, he must have to participate in the Harinam. Another example, in Sanatana Goswami, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, second part, he was, there is a, what's his name? Second part, that person, he is a great devotee and pure soul. So what he did, he went from Brahma Vrindavan to establish Shivaloka, then Vaikuntha Loka. When he went to the Vaikuntha Loka, he was worshipping so nicely Narayan, and he realized that, oh no, from Vaikuntha Loka there is another Loka, is Golok Vrindavan. How can I go there? He was trying and he was praying to Krishna, could not able to go there. So one day Krishna came and Krishna asked him, and did you participate in the Harinam Sankirtan in Boma Vrindavan? Then he mentioned that, no, I did not. So you go back to, better you go back to Boma Vrindavan, participate in Harinam Jagga, then your next life, you can directly come to the Golokdam. Then he went to next life, he went to Golokdam. Yes, your question is yes. People, pure bhakta can go to Golokdam directly. For that reason, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this material world to give honor pita charing chirat corona avatinno kalo. So that is for that reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this material world. He gave this prema bhakti. Without any prema bhakti, nobody can go directly to Golok Vrindavan. So our path, ISKCON path, my Guru Maharaj used to tell that you are in the boat of Srila Prabhupada. Don't worry about that things. You will directly go to Golokdam. This path, it is actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in this world to give honor pita chiranchari. That prema bhakti, to give that prema bhakti, and Srila Prabhupada distribute that prema bhakti to in this material world, whole world, and through our Guru Maharaj, we got that prema bhakti. If we control our mind, ananya bhakti, ananya chaita bhakti, then I am sure that we can go directly to Golokdam. We We will not go that Brahmaloka, Shivaloka, Vaikuntha-loka. No, direct to Golokdham. That we can go there. Is it okay, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. But actually, my question was, I mean, I totally get it that once we do the Prema Bhakti, we would directly go to Golok Dham. There is no doubt about it. But my question was more about the Vaikuntha planets. Like, if somebody goes there, can they fall back to this material world, or is it the same rule, just like Golok Dham, that once somebody enters into Vaikuntha planet, they can never fall down?
Yes, from Vaikuntha also never fall down. From Vaikuntha now. From Vaikuntha now, below the Vaikuntha Loka, it can be come down. But part of the Vaikuntha Loka is very, very big. On part of the, which part you are in it? In Vaikuntha Loka, there is, side of the Vaikuntha Loka, there is a Brahma Loka and there is Shiva. Below Brahma Loka, there is Shiva Loka. From the Shiva Loka, there all will come back. All will come back.
Okay. So Prabhuji, I was reading about it, and then I saw that this spiritual sky, right? It starts with the Brahma Jyoti, and then we have the Kailash, right? Like the
Kailash.
Sadashiv Lok,
Sadashiv.
Kailash, and then
Yes.
we have the Vaikuntha planets, and at the then we have this Ayodhya.
Ayodhya. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Vaikuntha planet, and then we have at the top Golok Vrindavan. So,
Correct.
I mean, within the spiritual sky, we also have this Kailash, right? Like Kailash, it's called Kailash or
Kailash in the below.
Yes,
but in the spiritual world there is a Kailash. There is Shiva Loka is also a spiritual world. Yes, Kailash is the spiritual. Kailash is just above the Brahma Loka. You mentioned that, you know that.
Yes, Prabhuji. So my question is that, like, if somebody enters into that Kailash, like if somebody is worshipping Sadashiv or like Lord Shiva, so that means would they be liberated also, like going to, because it falls in the spiritual sky, right? Kailash.
Yeah, Mataji, here is one thing that is not the Sadashiv. Mind that. That is the Shiva Loka. Shiv and Sadashiv, there is a difference also. You know the Rudra, Shiva, and Sadashiv. That is a difference. Sadashiv is a Vaikuntha Loka. He is a Vishnu. Right? So it is another part, how it comes. So Sadashiv and that is the Shiva. The Kailash is a Shiva Loka. Okay. Okay, from there they have to come back. They have to come back. Okay. Only Bhakta, pure Bhakta can go directly. They do not have to come back. I think from Vaikuntha Loka, nobody come back actually. I heard the lecture from Vaikuntha Loka, nobody come back.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I mean, the reason why I got confused is when I read it, like it was written that in the spiritual sky, there was a picture in this of the spiritual sky, and there are different planets which starts with Kailash. It's written like Kailash Sadashiv, and then on top of it, it's Ayodhya, and then Vaikuntha, and then the last at the topmost is Golok Dham. So that's why I got a little confused that why Kailash is there, because we always like Krishna is the supreme. I mean, can the liberation also be attained by praying like Lord Shiva? That's why I got little confused on this point.
No. Yeah, actually, Mataji, Shiva Tattva, it is a complex Tattva. And he is a great devotee. Vishnuvanam Jata Shambhu. He is a great devotee. Right? But he cannot participate. He cannot go to the Rasha dance. This is the Rosh. This is the Roshas, Mataji. Then I have to explain that that Roshas, that took a part of that. So this is a little deeper. Your question is very deep. So that is Sadashiv, and then the Rudra, then Shiva came, then Shiva Loka is there. and who is Sadashiva, who is Rudra, what is Shiva. So that can be, it is in Brahma Samhita, it was mentioned that that is what is this verse in Brahma Samhita, it was written, I can Kirang Jata Dodi Vikara Vishesha Yoga Sanjayate Nahi Tata Pitagaste Heto Ja Shambhutamopi Tata Samupeti Kajjat Govinda Madipurisham Tamaham Bhajami. So this is that's the Shambhu. Shambhu, Shiva, Rudra, they are. So that is how they created. That is, it is the another class actually. So suppose one example just I can give very quickly from this Brahma Samhita, this verse, it was mentioned that suppose milk, if you put the lemon juice in the milk, it is converted into yogurt. But can you transfer yogurt to milk? No, you cannot do that. So that yogurt is a Shiva and milk is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that's my only question is, why do we have that Kailash in the spiritual sky? Why does it show in that, like, what I was reading, like, what are the different planets in spiritual kingdom, like, so that's why I got little confused there. So
yeah, no, they are the great devotees, Mataji. Lord Shiva is a great devotee. For that reason, they have the separated loka, right? Then Dhruva Maharaj, he has also a separate loka. Brahma, he has separate loka. All of big demigods, they have separate lokas.
yeah, Prabhuji, but the Brahma Loka and the lokas for all the demigods, they fall into the material world. They fall into this Brahman, right? Like, that's not part of the spiritual sky. The spiritual sky, like, is only the kingdoms where, when a person, is liberated, or he doesn't fall, he will never fall back to the material world. Like, that's what is the definition of spiritual sky. But Brahma Loka and all the other lokas, whatever we have, like Swarg Loka, Patal Loka, everything is just a part of the material world. And
no, that misconcept. No, Mataji. Above this material world, all are a spiritual sky. What is the meaning of the spiritual sky? What is the meaning of the spirituality? What is the meaning of the word spiritual? Above this world are spiritual. A spiritual world is that which is deal with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, either directly or indirectly. Brahma, he is a jiva, but he is in a spiritual world, his loka. Lord Shiva, he is a Vaishnavanam Jata Shambhu. He is a great Vaishnava. He is a spiritual person. Lord Shiva is a spiritual person. Lord Brahma is a spiritual person. So we need to understand what is the meaning of spirituality and what is the meaning of the materialistic.
I think there is Madaji's question is Prabhuji's. Yes, Madaji's point is correct. That's Brahmaloka to Padalaloka is in the material world. It's a material realm, basically, within the Egabada Vibhudi of the entire Lord's creation. Then above that, there is a spiritual, that's a Trubhada Vibhudi, beyond that material world. from the topmost planet to the Brahma Loka to the Padala Loka is a material realm. So also Mataji's question, why there is a Kailash in the spiritual world. The Kailash, everything that exists also, especially Lord Shiva is also here there is a like Goloka Vrindavan, there also like Bhuloka Vrindavan. There is also earthly Kailash is also there, and also there is a Kailash in the spiritual realm. So they are into the purest form, especially when we say that Sadashiv is none other than the the Lord and Lord's potency in Vaikuntha planet, and that's place for the Sadashiv is Kailash in the spiritual world. And that Sadashiv also, when it goes to the Goloka Vrindavan, he is a Gopa. He's always play with the Krishna, and he also desire to have to play with the Krishna, and he become a Gopa in the Goloka Vrindavan also. So the same potency they manifest in various ways in the spiritual realm. It is Sadashiva, and always meditate upon the Supreme, and always in the service of the Supreme. And then that Shiva, that Sadashiva also manifests when the Lord creates. And when the Prakriti, when the material nature manifests from the Mahavishnu, that is an unmanifested nature. From that unmanifested, in order to make it Prakriti or manifested nature, from the eyes of the Lord Mahavishnu, there is a hue, there is a light comes out. That is actually known as a Shambhu, or the plenary portion of Sadashiv. That plenary portion of Sadashiv is called Shambhu. That Shambhu is actually in touch with the material world, or becoming manifestation of this material world. That material world is known as Parvati or Uma. So that Shambhu is in touch with the material world. That's where the Prakriti manifests or Prakriti creates. Then further, that Shiva, the Sadashiva, and becomes Shambhu. Shambhu then further, then into the universe. Then each universe, the Lord's, comes out from the Mahavishnu. Then what happens? Then, Brahma started the creation, and then the Brahma's between eyebrow, then Rudra manifests. Then Rudra is also another expansion of the Shiva or Shambhu, we can say that. So Shambhu is further manifesting into the material world is Rudra, and when Rudra means always angry. But that same Rudra in the peaceful form is known as Shiva, or then that Shiva is actually always meditating form. So every aspect of the Supreme Lord has different potencies. That potencies actually manifest in various ways into the spiritual realm as well as material realm. And it's also mentioned that every incarnation of the Supreme Lord has also a realm or dham into the Vaikuntha planets or in the spiritual sky. Like Narasimha Dev has a dham there. Even Lord Varaha Dev, there is a dham there. So everything, so it's mentioned that what is in the material world is a reflection of the perverted reflection of the spiritual world. So material world is also a sky, is a cloud in the spiritual sky itself. It's a cloud within the spiritual sky. So in one sense, we cannot say that it's separate from the spiritual sky. It's a cloud into the spiritual sky. So in all respect, everything is within the realm of that spiritual or the potency of the Supreme Lord, right? So that is a Brahman realized or Brahman aspect of it. When Krishna, the Lord, has that Brahman aspect, that's actually comes as that Brahma Jyoti. So we are also in one sense within the Brahma Jyoti in this material world or in that spiritual sky. And that's why one time Srila Prabhupada making sure that the light here in this world is nothing but that Brahma Jyoti. The effect of the Brahma Jyoti, the light here in this world. So it is like that. So in one sense, everything is in the spiritual realm, but there's a sky is within the spiritual sky, or is a cloud in the spiritual sky. That's called med. So we can say that this is entire sky. So there is a cloud in this sky. The spiritual sky is called material world. So in this material world itself, there are so many planetary systems and the universes, and that's also within the realm of that Brahma Jyoti, and likes that. So this is the way it's differentiated, and this material world is also a reflection of the spiritual world. So likes that. So if there is a Kailash, and also there is a Kailash into the spiritual realm or in the Vaikuntha realm, There is a dham for Narasimhadev. There is a dham for Ayodhya, for Lord Ramachandra. There is a dham for a Devi Dham. Devi Dham, Mahesha Dham is all actually, it's in the Brahma Samhita also there. Devi Dham, Mahesha. Devi Dham is below. Mahesha Dham is above of the Devi Dham is Mahesha Dham. Then that is what is we call it as Kailash. And above the Mahesha Dham is actually the Vaikuntha, the Lord Vishnu. And then there is so many incarnations, so many expansions of the Lord Sankarshan, Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Anirudh. And that's varieties of like 24 combinations of permutation and the combination of that innumerable Vaikuntha planet. And that's also into the Brahma Jyoti. So basically, Madaji, your question is that only Krishna can give the liberation. Shiva cannot give the liberation. That's why Krishna is known as Mukunda. Only Lord can give the liberation, or Vishnu or the Lord can give the liberation. So one who reaches to the Vaikuntha planet, yes, and depends on where we reach, in which dham we reach. And one who reaches to the Vaikuntha planet never returns. One who reaches, because of they get the liberations in Sarupya Mukti, Sayujya Mukti, Samipya Mukti, and Salokya Mukti, and Srishti, and like that, various kinds of liberation they get. So accordingly, then start to serve. But one who reaches the Lord's abode, the Goloka Vrindavan, Goloka Dham, is never returns back into this material world. So I just wanted to, clear up things like that. Yes, Dattratreya Prabhu nicely explained that all the facts. Just wanted to, connect the dots. This is just mentioned.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, where is all this discussed? It's very deep class you both are giving.
Sorry?
Which book is all this discussed?
It's in Brahma Samhita, it is there. If you read the Brahma Samhita, it's from the beginning to end, you will get all these answers. Is it okay?
Yeah, okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, like for explaining it in this level of providing all these details about it. It clears a lot of things. So I mean, just like to confirm, repeat like what I understood. So you mean that if anybody goes in any of the planets in spiritual kingdom, they will be liberated, or you're saying that they will never be liberated? It's only in Golok Vrindavan when we will never fall back into the material world. I mean, still that point is
Vaikuntha, even one who reaches up to the Vaikuntha, they never returns because of, let me tell you this way. So like, what is Vaikuntha and what is Lord Vishnu and what is Lord Krishna? So this is the example we can give, like a judge. So judge has a home. So he comes back to the home from the court. So the same judge goes to the courtroom, and he has all the oven reverence. He has gown and he has a big higher position, higher seat. Everything is there, and everybody, as soon as he gets up, comes to the court, everybody gets up and oven reverence. He is in a high position, and everybody there is a rules and regulations there. But the same judge comes back to the home, and he is a very sweet person, and he may be children, he may have grandchildren. He start to play with the children, he start to play with his wife or children or kids and friends and families, and he's a different person, but in a behavior. So this is the difference when we say Vaikuntha and Goloka Vrindavan. Goloka Vrindavan is the home where Krishna exhibit unlimited pastimes. In a loving pastimes, that's the 4 qualities of Krishna. Vishnu has 60 qualities, or kala, is called it as kala. Krishna has 64 kalas or qualities. So this 4 kala extra always exhibit into the spiritual Goloka Vrindavan, or that's called a home, that where Krishna is like a, what is called a friend. A Krishna is like a lover. A Krishna is like a, what is called a son. A Krishna is like a, always act like. so many, exhibiting their loving pastimes in the Golok Vrindavan. And in the Golok Vrindavan, Madhurya is more prominent. Madhurya is the more prominent. Where it comes to the Vaikunta, there is Dasya and Madhurya, and then it's actually combined. So there are more prominency, into the, likes that. It's mentioned that only 2.5 relationship is there into the Vaikunta, but the full relationship, that everything like, Dasya, Sakya, Valsalya, Prema, everything is into the Goloka Vrindavan. That is actually considered as, and Madhuri is most prominent there. So the reason it is mentioning that the Vaikunta is also, the realm of Krishna, but in the form of Lord Vishnu. So there also Krishna and Vishnu is same. There is no difference. Krishna is the same person, Vishnu is the same person as Krishna. No difference at all. But only the difference is one is in the office, one is in the home. So Krishna in the Vaikunta planets, he is making all the arrangement. There is also management into the Vaikunta planets. So there are Sankarshana, Vasudeva all actually have each directions. They have each directions that they are taking care of. They are managing innumerable Vaikunta planets, innumerable. And one who reaches there into the Vaikunta planets, they will also become the 400 Vishnu forms. Only the difference between the one who reaches to the Vaikunta planet is only the two different. They will not have the hairline that is called what is that called and the peacock feather. Krishna has peacock feather and also Kaustuba. Not the Kaustuba. There is a hairline where the Lakshmi resides on the Mahavishnu's chest. Apart from that, every inhabitants of the Vaikunta planet, same as Lord Vishnu, 400 Vishnu forms. They are liberated over there. So I think that the question came up from Mataji, yes, why we fall down from the Vaikunta planets. Yes, we are in the border of Vaikunta planets, that's called Brahmajyoti. We are not actually into the Vaikunta planets. All the living entities, that's called the marginal potency of the Lord, or Tadastha Shakti. These marginal potencies are actually on the boundary of the Brahmajyoti side of it. Anybody is in the Brahmajyoti can fall down. That's why, is Brahmavadis, even demons, even those who are, various, they all goes back to the Brahmajyoti only. They cannot cross over. That's why Tada or shore. Shore is actually Tadastha means, Tada means shore. So they are on the shore of these Vaikunta planets. They are on the edge of the Vaikunta planets. So that's where actually they can select a choice whether I need to go back to the Vaikunta planet, so I want to fall down here into the material planet. So that's where it's actually coming down. And from then, once you go back to that Vaikunta, the liberation, then never comes back into this material world. So Vaikunta and Goloka Vrindavan is also, Goloka Vrindavan is also a Vaikunta. Vaikunta means, Kundha means anxiety. Vaikunta means there is no anxiety. So in one sense, Goloka Vrindavan is also Vaikunta planet, but it's more beautiful. It's different realm, like a home. Office and home is different, right? So it's likes that. So yeah, this is the facts of it, and ultimately the verdict of the scripture: one who reaches to the Vaikunta or liberation to the Vaikunta never comes back into this material world, and one who reaches to the abode of Krishna, that's called Samipya Mukti. And Salokya Mukti means the same planet, same Vaikunta planet where the Lord Krishna, that's Salokya. And one who is get the Samipya Mukti, he is very close to the Supreme Lord. And there is a Sayujya Mukti, that one who merges with the Lord Vishnu. And then there is Sarupya Mukti, that's what is Sarupya, that 400 Vishnu form, that one who gets it. And there is called Srashti. Srashti means whatever the liberation, whatever the form that we need to be get into liberation, that's called Srashti. These are the 5 kinds of liberation that offers to a devotee. Only Krishna can, Vishnu can give the liberation. Nobody else can give the liberation. That's why Krishna's name is known as Mukunda, one who gives the liberation. Nobody else can do that. So yeah, I think just wanted to little more clarify on that.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you so much for explaining it in detail. Yeah, Prabhuji, it's very clear now. So basically, even though like I see that Kailash is present in that spiritual sky, but like only Vishnu Tattva, like Vishnu or actually Krishna is the one who are like who can give that like
Yes,
liberation. And
yes,
especially in ISKCON, like we are more like the focus is more at Golok Vrindavan Dham because we have the highest level of that Madhurya Ras
yes.
there, and
Prema Bhav.
Prema
That's
Bhav.
what is, that's
Yeah.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Prema Pumarto Mahan. That's what is the purpose of the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives that the highest the bhakti, that's in order to reveal that the inner bhakti within the bhakti, the highest bhakti is that prem bhav, the loving devotional service unto the supreme is the highest of all. In order to give that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and gave this the and the ultimate of bhakti, that's prema pumarto mahan, the loving devotional service unto the supreme. Yes, one who does that, that's the highest of the all bhakti. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Very beautifully explained, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So
Thank you, Prabhuji.
that is the prominency that is prominent to the Goloka Vrindavan. Yes, there is Dasya is always over and reverence, right? Dasya Bhakti is also over and reverence. That's more prominent to the Vaikuntha planets. But all this, actually, five relationship is Shanda, Dasya, Sakya, Valsalya, and Madhurya. Those all are present in the Goloka Vrindavan. But the prominent is the Prema Bhakti, the absolute Bhakti or Kaivalya Bhakti, we call it as Kevala Bhakti, Kaivalya Bhakti, the Prema Bhakti, Madhurya Bhakti, everything is actually in the place of the Goloka Vrindavan.
Got it, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Such a wonderful question and wonderfully Dattratreya Prabhu very nicely explained that the factors of the spiritual sky and very nice. Thank you. Anything Dattratreya Prabhu like to add?
That no, you very nice, Prabhuji. It is a whole spiritual world. You explain very nicely. Please. And is there any questions or any thought of anybody has? If not, then
Okay.
thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you can take over.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dattratreya Prabhuji, for such a wonderful class. Yes, this is what it is. The purpose of this class as well. That we discuss and we clarify the doubts, and everybody such a wonderful realizations each devotee has, and wonderful questions, and in that way we understand more about the intrinsic or the principles or tattva of all this. So I think we are reached up to the 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Now pretty much we are come to some understanding of what is material world, what is materialism, what is matter, what is spirit, and who is the Atma, what is the relationship, who is God. It's pretty much we are pretty much it was so wonderful to come to that understanding, and such a wonderful question. And this we can see that this is because of this the Bhagavad Gita and understanding this transcendental knowledge. So very good, very wonderful, and this is our progress. We are making progress in terms of understanding and realizing the spiritual aspect of everything. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so let's conclude, as well as, and we also have a meeting of book distribution. This is the practical application of our bhakti, and this is an eternal service. And as always says that there are so much things to speak and say, that Shyamananda Pandit and Srinivasa Acharya. Shyamananda Pandit was that Radha Shyam Sundar deity in Vrindavan. Radha Shyam Sundar deity is nobody carved that deity. Radha Shyam Sundar deity is manifested, and it's actually brought this Radha Shyam Sundar deity from the Goloka Vrindavan by Shyamananda Pandit. Shyamananda Pandit was serving in the Golok in the Vrindavan here, and one day Shyamananda Pandit got a nupur, like nupur. What is that? A pile that the anklet, and it was out there. And one day, I mean, I'm making it short. So Shyamananda Pandit was cleaning the Vrindavan and saw this, this anklet. And Shyamananda Pandit looked at it and took it, and it's an amazing anklet, and he couldn't see, and didn't see that anywhere else like that, such a beautiful anklet. And this was actually originally Radharani's anklet in the Nidhivan. And after some time, Radharani mentioned to Lalita Devi that I lost my anklet. So Lalita Sagi, this came in disguise as an elder woman and came and met this Shyamananda Pandit. Shyamananda Pandit, that time the name was Dukhi Krishna Das. So came to Dukhi Krishna Das and requested, that did you see any anklet? And initially that, also Shyamananda Pandit realized that this is not an ordinary anklet. So then this Lalita Sagi came in, an old, lady, and said that, we lost, my daughter-in-law lost an anklet. Did you see it? So then Shyamananda Pandit also realized that this old lady is not an ordinary. So then Shyamananda Pandit said, if that daughter-in-law come here, and I will hand it over to that daughter-in-law. So then Lalita Saki went back to the Radharani and mentioned that this is what has happened. So then somehow, Radharani mentioned to Lalita Saki, okay, bring Shyamananda Pandit, Dukhi Krishna Das back to the Golok Vrindavan. So then Dukhi Krishna Das, actually there was a lake there, and took a bath. Immediately when Shyamananda Pandit took a bath, and Shyamananda Pandit became a gopi, that's called Kanaga Gopi. And then Kanaga Gopi and Lalita Sagi went back to Golok Vrindavan and met Srimati Radharani there. And then Shyamananda Pandit was, making it short, it's a beautiful story. And then Shyamananda Pandit saw Srimati Radharani in the beautiful Golok Vrindavan and said that, I don't want to go back to the Bulok and earthly planet. I reached here and I got the mercy of you. Then Radharani told, you are a Kanaga Manjari, you were serving me very nicely. But you have a purpose. You have a purpose to fulfill. That's why you are actually appeared on the earthly planet. That purpose is not fulfilled yet. That purpose is not fulfilled yet. So you have to go back to the Bhuloka in order to fulfill that purpose. So then how can I go? And how can I? So I need to serve. I need to continue my service of Radha and Krishna. So then Radharani, from the heart of Radharani, this deity of Krishna is manifested and told to this Shyamananda Pandit, take this deity and worship and continue the service. And Shyamananda Pandit brought back that deity into the Vrindavan. Radharani is also appeared in the form of deity. And then Jiva Goswami was the spiritual master of Shyamananda Pandit and told everything. And then Jiva Goswami couldn't believe that. Then Shyamananda Pandit showed that. See, look at that. In the Golok Vrindavan itself, Radharani has actually put a mark on the Shyamananda Pandit forehead as a tilak. It is a permanent mark. It never goes away. And then Shyamananda Pandit said to Jiva Goswami that, yes, look at this mark. This is Radharani put this mark on my forehead. This cannot go. Even if you take bath or anything, it is constant. That is never goes away. And then Jiva Goswami wanted to prove that and called everybody in the Vrindavan and to explain this and told that, and everybody came and checked this tilak on the forefront of Shyamananda Pandit. And everybody confirmed that this is a permanent tilak. And this is all happened in a short time period of in the early morning. And the duty, the responsibility, why the Shyamananda Pandit appeared on this planet is actually just to propagate the glories of the Supreme Lord. Because of the Rupa Manjari, that's Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, And all the Goswamis, they were Manjaris. They were serving the Supreme Lord in the Golok Vrindavan. They manifested here on the earthly planet for the certain, purpose to fulfill. And they were all actually translating this prema bhakti, this achanjala bhakti, this the topmost bhakti of everything. And Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami explain what is devotional service. That's what is we get nectar of devotion, bhakti rasamrta sindhu, nectar of instructions, madhurya kadambini, and Sanatana Goswami's Brihad Bhagavadamrita, Legu Bhagavadamrita, Rupa Goswami and the Jiva Goswami's Sandarbhas. There are so many ecstatic and what is called the cream of everything compiled, and then that had to distribute this knowledge to others. That was the duty of Shyamananda Pandit and Srinivasa Acharya, and one more, forgot the name. And so the reason I mentioned that, dear devotees, the Lord himself wanted to distribute these books, and devotees are assigned in the service of Lord Chaitanya, service of Srimati Radharani. This service is none other than the service of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani directly told to Shyamananda Pandit that you have a service to fulfill on the earthly planet. So they took that service, and they were bullock carts, loads of books they were distributing in Orissa and Bengal. And that's why we are sitting here right now here, and listening this, the pure bhakti, and nobody can in this world that they can come forward with and tell that, oh, this is mine. Is so one who understand this pure bhakti, they will confirm that this is the highest of everything. And we can see that this is the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. All the world, the entire planet, even in Antarctica, even in Arctic, there are devotees, Krishna conscious devotees. Why? Because they all came to know that this is the highest of all, the Prema Pumarto Mahan. So all we need to do is actually, this is mercy of Krishna, all we need to do is actually just engage in that service of Srimati Radharani. And that was the desire of Srila Prabhupada's father, Ram, I forgot the name. Yeah, the praise of Srila Prabhupada's father was, please engage in the service of Srimati Radharani. So Radharani's blessings is there in the Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada was serving Srimati Radharani. It's not an ordinary dear devotees. And whoever the devotees are part of this Sankirtan is nothing but serving Srimati Radharani and Srila Prabhupada, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than the Radha and Krishna. So where is the difference? It's an eternal service. So I just wanted to point out that this is an eternal service. So thank you so much for, yes, Gaura Mohan Dev. I forgot, I'm getting old. Gaura Mohan Dev, yes, praying to the deity that please engage in your service, Radharani's service. Look at that. Srila Prabhupada engaged and the mercy of Srimati Radharani. And also Srila Prabhupada had a name in the name of Srimati Radharani. I forgot that name. Anybody knows the name that Srila Prabhupada had? Another name? Okay, so we'll see later. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much. And the purpose we are mentioning here is actually, let us all discuss the plan for how we can assist, how we can serve. So this is our prayer to Srimati Radharani that please engage in your service. So we have Nagara Sankirtan is coming on 12th on Ekadashi on Saturday. I would humbly request everybody please join Nagara Sankirtan. And also we have on Sunday 6 hours of Kirtan. I would humbly request please engage and please serve the Supreme. And also on Monday we have Nityananda Trayodasi. All these 3 days we have ample services to perform on the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. I humbly request everybody please. So we thought of getting into a call to discuss further about the book distribution and other things. So I would request Puneet Prabhu please let us open up and the agenda of the meeting, and let's plan for it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
So,
Krishna, Prabhuji.
with your permission, can I leave?
Oh, I saw Mataji is also there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Dandavad Pranam, Mataji. All good.
Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Encouraged all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you